I'll put the unloader valve back on just to test the theory anyway. So what I've got is here is I've got some little rubber stops. They're little rubber feet you put on the bottom of things to stop moving around. Okay, so what I've done is I've taken one of those off and I've just stuck it on to our unloader valve outlet there. What I'll do is I'll just got a spare little hose clamp. What I'll do is I'll just put that over the top, screw it down, and we'll give that a go. If that works, yay. If that doesn't work, then we will invest in an unloader valve or on that. So that's what we're doing now. Could actually trim that up a bit. Just cutting the round parts off this little thing here so we can at least get it to stick. Alright, sort of done. Cut off the little round corner bits, so at least it'll be better now. Oops, going the wrong way. Silly duffer. I don't know why it's taking a while. Alright, we'll give it a run. Test. Still leaking out. Whether I need to tighten it up a bit more, probably. I know it's meant to leak. Don't want to get too far, I think. Right, switched on. That was good. Okay, so there's no air in the motor valve. That's the rest of the air in the tank. Alright, that's good enough. Now let's go again. Okay, air's coming at the top. Then it's just switched over to pumping air into the tank. Maybe that's all I need. Just didn't have enough. Okay, so by holding that in, gives us enough airflow through resistance anyway, so at least a bit of the air will actually escape. Okay, so that's basically switched straight in. Spot the hole. The air's going straight into the tank now, which is good. Pumping up. Alright. I think I'll just leave it like that. And see how that goes for a while. Have to see what it's like up at like 30 or even 60. See whether the will still work then. Up to 30 now. Won't have to worry about ourselves blowing ourselves up because we've got our safety valve. Alright, before that switches in. Alright, now we've turned off. Now let's see if we can turn it back on. It's still. Okay. Now try again. Alright, well, as you can see there, we have pressure in the line here, and our air compressor from the refrigerator, it was struggling to turn on. Yeah. Okay, so that means that we have to get an unloader valve every time we turn on the air compressor. The unloader valve has to work. Hey YouTube. The compressor is working now. Okay, with our unloader valve here, I went to see a compressor place up at Brendale, Compressor Care. Very, very helpful fella up there. And anyway, so we've come to a conclusion that, well, I can't readily buy this unloader valve. Not from where I went, anyway. Apparently, it's just an odd size. But no, that it doesn't matter. Basically, what I've done is I've just unloosened the nut here a bit, okay, and that allows the air pressure from the cylinder head in there through the hose here to leak out. Okay, so basically all this does here is, if there's air pressure on top of the head, when the compressor tries to start, it can't start. It gets head full of pressure and it can't work. Right, so I've done that and that worked. Right. The other thing I've done too is I've rigged up my compressor pump. It goes up into the into our pressure switch. Okay, basically later on I just need to replace this whole line here, but at the moment, until I get the right fittings from the electrical store, I've just basically got it. That's the way it's hooked up. Alright, so, and also what I have done too is I have changed our pressure with our spring. I have tightened it up a bit, so we are at 60 now. It was a little bit less than 60 before, but so now we'll give it a go. Turn it on. We leak air out of here, which is good. It's our unloader valve. Okay, now our unloader valve is actually switched on, which is good. Now we're starting to charge the compressor. Once we get to 60, that's when our compressor will stop. Then when it gets up to 60, we'll unload it. Okay, basically with this unloader valve here, you can hear the air leak out now. What you can do, if you like, is you can actually try and crimp it a little bit more, or tighten it a little bit more. But we at least need air to flow out of the unloader valve. So basically, it works. So I don't have an issue with that. As long as we get our air pressure to go up to 60, which it is. Alright, we've just reached 60 and our compressor is turned off. Okay, now what we're going to do is I'll bleed out air out of our tank, and I'll show you when the compressor switches back on. So when it gets down to around 30-ish, that's when it'll switch on again. Alright, our compressor is just switched on now. And we're charging up to 60 again. There you go. The compressor's all done. It's all done except for, like I said, the our line here. I just need to replace that. I've tidied the wires up a bit. Maybe I can just get a zip tie, but anyway, we'll wait until I replace this line here. Other than that, that's pretty good. I don't mind that. Okay, and it's switched off. The only thing you hear in the whole thing is that the air leaks out of our unloader valve and a little bit of noise from the compressor. But that's much better than what it would have been before. You would have heard this one down the street or around the corner. Well, anyway, there you go. It's out.